Hi guys, welcome to another edition of Family Life with Florence. We've been on a series, and that is, are you actually ready? Talking about preparing for marriage. Are you actually ready for marriage? Now, we've done financial maturity, emotional maturity. I've explained what each of them means, and you have to be able to assess yourself to be sure if you have actually attained all these maturities, before considering marriage. And today I want us to look at another topic under this series, and that is physical maturity. That is, are you physically mature, for marriage? Now, it's very possible for you to start thinking that, physical maturity, everybody will have attained that, before considering marriage and all that. But probably not necessarily so. So I want to explain a lot of things on this under this topic, for you. Now, a physical maturity can be defined as the physical growth, and the physical development that come with our chronological age. Now you might be asking me, okay, what is chronological age? Now, chronological age is your age between when you were giving birth to and now. Now, for example, somebody that was born in maybe year 2000 will be 22 years old this year. Do you understand? So that is chronological age. Now, when we talk about physical maturity, we are looking at the maturities, the growth, the development that takes place, as a child grows up, as a woman being grows up, and all that. Now, many development takes place as we grow up. Now, for example, you can't say that a 2-year-old can cook, because he or she doesn't have the capacity to be able to even learn it. Do you understand? But of course, an 18-year-old should be able to cook if he or she is trained to do it. Do you understand? So that's talking about physical maturity. So when we talk about physical maturity, then that is where exposure and training comes in. Because do you know what? That two people have the same chronological age doesn't mean that they have the same physical maturity, because of exposure and training. Now let me put this to you. For example, let's say there is a particular twins, maybe twin boys, do you understand, that were giving birth to in Nigeria. One grows up in my great grandfather's village here in Africa, in Nigeria, and then the other one probably grows up in one of the first world countries, probably in the US, just for example. You will agree with me that maybe after about 15 years, if you bring the two of them together, they won't have the same physical maturity, despite the fact that in terms of age, they are the same age. Do you understand? Because of exposures and trainings. Do you understand? So our development in terms of skills, educational attainment, the moral values instilled in us, the capacities that we've been able to to build over the years, this all amount to our physical maturity. Now, it's very important, that you as a single lady or a single man. So it's very important for you as a single lady or a single man to be able to look, assess yourself. I was saying in one of the videos that self-deception is something that I don't like personally, and you shouldn't like it as well. It's very good for you to be able to assess yourself, even if other people are deceiving you, are just cheering you up and all that. That okay, you can do this, you can do that, or something like that. You should be able to sit down and think, and assess yourself, truthfully and honestly, to be able to know what you're capable of doing or what you're not capable of doing. Now, you as a single lady or as a single man, are you physically mature enough? Do you think you're physically mature enough, to be able to enter marriage, to be able to take up the task, the demands that comes with married life? Now, like I just said, that it's not just about age. Age is part of it, because of course with age comes the mental capacity as well. Because you and I know that the mental capacity that a 5-year-old boy has can be the same thing as the mental capacity that a 25-year-old man has. Do you understand? So, but are you physically mature? Do you think you're physically mature, to be able to take up the tasks that comes with married life? Now, for example, I remember while I was still in school, I had a younger friend at that time while I was in the university. I think she was 20 or 21 at that time. So she has a younger sister back at home. I think she was still a teenager, yes, at that time. And then I think she just got pregnant, and of course she had to pack to her husband's house or something and things like that. Now, this friend of mine was not telling me, what the younger sister, what was going through and all that, because I think after she had the baby, I think that was particularly the baby were on break, and then she went to visit her younger sister, and she was like, by the time she got there, she has not even had her bath, she has not been bathing the children for the child for days and things like that. I think she said that she was complaining to her that, oh, she's overwhelmed, she's tired about all these tasks, all the things that she has to do and all that. So a lot of tasks come with married life. Do you understand? It's not just about being able to carry pregnancy alone. Doctors will tell us that as a teenager has the capacity to be able to carry pregnancy. Yes, you may have the capacity to carry pregnancy, but it's more to having a baby than just carrying pregnancy. Do you understand? Then also, if you see a particular lady that maybe she's a teenager and she had a baby and all that, probably she was still living, with the mom and dad, so she gave birth and they're able to take care of her or something like that. Now, if you're married, you will take care of the pregnancy yourself, take care of yourself, take care of your husband, take care of the home and all that. Do you have the physical capacity to be able to do that? After having a baby, all the sleepless nights and everything, do you have the capacity to be able to do that? Even people that are grown up, they still find it, a bit tasking, to be able to go through those sleepless nights, the first, few months of a child's life and all that. And probably you might be thinking that, okay, one grandmother will come and live with you and all that. A grandmother wants to come in to live with you, or your sister or your aunt or somebody coming to live with you, they won't live more than maybe at most 3 months. And let me tell you one sincere truth, most of them don't even stay with you. They won't even stay with you for 3 months. Maybe 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, depending on different factors. Do you understand? So you're on your own. It is your responsibility, and you must be able to rise up, and take up that responsibility. So don't say because, probably you had of somebody that got married at 19 or at 18 or at 21 or 20 or something, and now they are doing fine, they have had all their kids and all that. Did they tell you what they went through, what the consequences that they had to face, the hardship, the things that they had to go through? And did you ask them that if they have the power to rewind time, will they make that decision again? Did you ask them? Do you understand? I remember a particular woman was saying that, okay, when she was very young, that she used to like it when a mother and a daughter are going and they're like sisters. Do you know, like elder sister and younger sister? So she always had this mind that she would get married early and all that. So I think she got married at age 20. And by the time she was talking about things that she had to go through, that personally, that she won't advise anyone to get married that young, at age 20. Now, it doesn't mean that somebody that got married, that person that got married at age 20 find it fine. Do you understand? So it all depends on different factors. That's why, you mustn't, like I said in my previous video, that don't compare yourself with another person. That, okay, your friend got married last month, you have to get married the next 3 months or the next 6 months or something. So you have to look at the different factors, different things, assess yourself, be very truthful, and honest with yourself. Because do you know what? When it comes to decision making, you have the power to make decision. You have control over, the decision you make, but you don't have control over the consequences. Do you understand? So you must be, ready to face the music, to dance to the music. So that is something. So are you physically mature, to be able to face married life? So all these things you need to, try and consider before, think about you getting married and all that. The cleaning, you have to clean, you have to take care of the baby, you have to take care of your husband, you go to work. I remember when I just got married, then I would go to work, finish our work around 6:30 or so, and then come home, to cook. Sometimes I may not have what I want to cook in the house or something. I have to quickly get to the market, get some things and all that, get home, cook and everything like that. Do you understand? Then with pregnancy and everything. So don't compare your life with another person. That's a particular girl, had a pregnancy and stay with her mom all through. Doesn't mean that you as a married woman will have somebody to take care of you during pregnancy. And the truth is that sometimes pregnancy comes with its own, physiological changes or its own complications, sickness here, and you still have to do your marital duties despite all that. What's your current educational attainment, as in your qualification? Do you understand? Even if you didn't go to school, something for one reason or the other, do you have skills that you have, learned over the years that you are taking into marriage? You can't just go into marriage with nothing. Or there's nothing, no skill, no education attainment. So what do you want to go and do there? What are you bringing to the table? I mentioned briefly the other time concerning mental capacity. Now, let me tell one thing. An 18-year-old boy, teenager, can't have the same all things being equal, in the general sense now. And I know that there will be exceptions. Do you understand? An 18-year-old may not be able to have the same mental capacity like a 20-year-old, like a 28-year-old man. Do you understand? And with married life, you as a man, you be the leader, the head of that home. Do you have enough mental capacity to be able to handle a woman, manage, your wife, manage the children, manage your married life and things like that? Do you have such mental capacity? So all these things, you need to look into. So it's very important, for you to look at it that you and your fiance or fiancé, are you physically mature enough, to start marriage? Are you physically mature enough, to go into marriage now? So if you're not, maybe you can just wait for a while. There's nothing wrong in you waiting once you are sure of what you're trying to achieve and all that. There is one thing I always thank God for, that God helped me to be emotionally mature before entering marriage. We are not talking about emotional maturity today because I've done that in the last video, but I always thank God for that I was emotionally mature before I entered marriage, and it helps me a lot. So physical maturity with mental maturity, is very, very important. Can you handle different issues that come with married life? Handling relatives, handling friends, handling in-law issue or something. So can you handle all these? Are you mature enough? Are you mature enough? You have to look at yourself, assess yourself in different levels of maturity, not just physical, the emotional maturity, the financial maturity, and other ones that I will still discuss with you. So it's very, very important for you to look at this, because you know what? If you enter marriage with somebody that's not physically mature, it will be burdensome on you. That's just essential, because they won't be able to do what they are expected to do, what they are supposed to bring to the table. They won't be able to bring it to the table. In marriage, you're supposed to work as a team. But if your spouse or your partner can't bring something tangible to the table, then it will be burdensome on you. So I want you to look at this very well, before considering marriage. This is very, very important. This way I'll be stopping as far as this video is concerned. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't forget to like and share this video if you have found it helpful, and please try and follow me on Facebook, and also subscribe to my channel on YouTube. I will leave the link on the video. Thank you so much for joining me today. Until I see you again next week Tuesday, have a great day, a great week, and a great life. Bye.